I want to take a quick minute to discuss how to be happy even while one is going through challenges or suffering. We're learning here in the practical Tanya, the teachings of Rabbi Shneur Zalman of Liadi, the first Chabad rabbi, as brought down to us by Rabbi Chaim Miller. Western psychology deals with the surface level. It can tell a person what to do to manage symptoms. The Torah, because it describes the spiritual structure of reality, can help us go to the root. Now, suffering is a big topic. Most of Western society is dealing with trying to minimize or eliminate suffering. And people go to great lengths to try to tamp it down. The question is, what is the purpose of suffering? We know that God is perfect. He can only do good. Everything that occurs in this world, whether it's a sunset, a sunrise, a snowstorm, a wave washing over a beach, is from God. If all of the amazing beauty of this world is from God, then so too, all of our suffering and tribulations are also from God. The key is to understanding that God is our kind and loving Father in heaven. Just like a healthy parent only wants the best for their child and will only admonish their child for the child's own good, so too it is with God. In this light, in this spirit, the Tanya says, now, following is a prescribed plan to free yourself from any sadness or hint of worry about material things, even in the highly emotive areas of children, health, and livelihood. The Tanya is going to give us what it calls a prescribed plan, a recipe for how to understand and deal with and be happy even while one is going through challenges or suffering. So what does it say? The Tanya backs up, it zooms out, and it says, look, the name of God, Yud K Vav K, helps us understand the spiritual structure of reality. The first two letters of God's name, Yud K, describe the upper world, a world that's above this world, that's concealed from us, so to speak. The next two letters describe this world. That's why the first half of God's name, the Yud, is high up, it's raised up. The Vav is like a Yud that's been dragged down into this world. In this lower world, it's a world of polarity, a world of opposites. That means that we perceive good and bad, light and darkness. In reality, this polarity is only due to our perception. The Tanya brings down that suffering, although it appears negative, painful in this world, is actually a good thing in the world above, meaning it's a good that is too good to be revealed here. This might be a concept that's difficult for Western listeners, Western readers to follow, to understand, because we're so consumed with marketing language, with promises, bigger, better, faster, happier, easier, smoother. But if we really understand who God is, a kind and loving Father in heaven, who created all the openly manifest beauty in the world, all the things that we see as revealed good, we can understand that he didn't make a mistake in causing us to go through difficult challenges, in causing us to suffer. The suffering too must have a purpose. Every day in the prayers we say, we have strayed from your good precepts and ordinances, and has not profited us. Indeed, you are just in all that has come upon us. You have acted truthfully, and it is we who have acted wickedly. This is a repetition of the same idea. There is no tribulation without prior transgression. Nothing that happens to us is random. Everything is from hashgacha pratis, divine providence. There is a purpose to it all. Part of the prescription to happiness that the Tanya is offering us is an explanation that even if something appears bad, dark here, there is a higher purpose. In Gate of Return, commonly translated as Gate of Repentance, we learn that there are several reasons for suffering. For some truly righteous people, there's what's known as yisirum from love, suffering from love. Even if a person doesn't deserve, so to speak, the suffering, God brings them suffering, challenges, in order to bring them closer to Him. No matter what one is going through, if one receives suffering or a challenge, the correct response is to look up, to plead, to connect with our kind, loving Father in heaven. He's really the only one that can change anything in this world. If you really search your life, you'll see that all of your hishtadlut, your effort, is minimal compared to the big openings, the miracles that you see. It really is God who moves mountains for us. It really is God who is responsible for our successes and failures, for everything that happens to us. Now, beyond a truly righteous person who has never done wrong, the rest of us often misalign. Sin really means chet, to misalign, to miss the mark, like an arrow that goes off course. In this sense, suffering, yisirum, affliction, is really just an admonishment from a kind, loving Father in heaven to get us to look into ourselves, to assess our deeds, to ask, what did we do wrong? What could we do better? And to turn to God for forgiveness and for help. In this way, we're constantly improving ourselves. Now, when we try to tamp down and push away the suffering, we lose this golden opportunity. Now, taken all together, we can see that this Jewish model of suffering, in which we acknowledge the greater purpose of everything and acknowledge our own imperfection, actually can bring us closer to God and can lift us up. In this sense, suffering is an opportunity that many in the Western world are missing. With this knowledge, we can now use suffering, challenges, affliction to lift ourselves up, knowing that everything is from our kind, loving Father in heaven, and we can become better people, more enlightened. We can turn to Torah. We can learn more about the world, how things work, and how we're supposed to operate here to make this world into a home for God. And for that, we are rewarded in this life and in the world to come.